chicken made. Why must I chase the cat?
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. Tonight I am blessed again to have my friends from Bikers Against Animal Cruelty join me. Another great Saturday night show. We've got some good stuff to talk about. And rather than me do the introductions, this time we're going to go around and we're going to start with Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg and I'm the president of Bikers Against Animal Cruelty.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Next.
Name is Mark. I'm the vice president of Bikers Against Animal Cruelty.
And my name is Les, and I'm just a member of Bikers Against Animal Cruelty.
You're never just a member.
Oh, yeah.
Never just a member.
He's a hard-working member.
How's that sound?
He's an important member.
Oh, you're all important members.
Sure.
And good friends and all of that.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you guys all taking the time out of your weekend to come and be on the show. It's always a pleasure and an honor as well.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
We are here primarily to promote your rally, which is coming up in just a few weeks.
Yep, September 10th.
Zach, let's get the poster up. Let's talk about September 10th from 1 to 6, I believe it is.
Yeah, 1 to 6.
At P&A Park in Wallingford.
Yep.
What's going to be going on that day?
A whole bunch of good stuff. We have a bike show, a car show, food.
Food's important.
Food's important. We have, I think, 3 or 4 bands coming. Stuff for kids. We have like a bounce house, a dunk tank.
Are you going to be in the dunk tank again this year?
Probably.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll put Les in there this year.
Maybe.
I'll probably be in there too.
Or even Mark.
It's my turn.
Wow, okay.
We'll switch it up.
It'd be nice if we could get Theo in there.
You know, you tried that last year. I don't do drowned rat very well. That's the problem.
Okay. Understandable.
Well, you know, I have a little bit of a I'd probably stick up your water with all the hairspray. Let's put it that way.
That's all right.
So
Yeah, I
anyway,
have the same problem.
you do, huh?
Yeah.
The guy with the hat says. So what else is going on that day?
We're going to have a bunch of vendors as well with adoptable animals.
Okay.
A bunch of different rescues. So
Who are some of the rescues that you can name off the top
honestly,
of your
at
head?
the
I'll
top
put
of
you
my
on the
head-
spot.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I know right off the top of my head there's one called Halfway Home Rescue is going to be there. And honestly, I've seen the list so long ago, I don't remember anybody else. I feel horrible that I know I just didn't give somebody some credit, but we do have a bunch of them coming.
Yeah, you had some really good ones last year.
Do we have furry friends coming?
They might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Furry Friends could be the other one. Do you remember any of the
Plus all the other vendors that we have, too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you
they're
had
going to
some-
be there supporting us.
You had some great vendors last year. You had a kissing booth. You going to have that again this
Yep,
year?
we'll have that again this year.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same kissing booth, though.
The same kid booth, just a different dog. I think we
Yeah,
got
different dog.
Right. Unfortunately, the last one we had passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also had a guest kisser last year. We'll take the camera back, Zach. We'll put that up again in a little bit. You had a guest kisser last year.
Well, drawing a blank on that.
She's
Juno.
little, yes.
Juno was there. Yes, you're right. See, it takes me a second, but I always get it.
Yeah. But I know that she committed to something else this year. Because I
that's
did
right.
I did talk to her about it. Because I was like,
Well, that's okay.
yeah, I mean, it happened.
Well, I think Oli's going to be in the kissing booth this year, isn't he?
Who is it?
Oli?
Madison is as well.
I believe that. Madison is Les's dog.
Okay.
Gorgeous little girl.
Cool. So there's a lot of stuff that is, I mean, it's very worth the trip. I know I'll be there. I said it on the air, so I have to do it. See, I set myself up for you.
So didn't you say on the air that you were going to go in the dunk tank?
I said my hairspray
I heard
would
her too.
stick it up. Well, you know what? We'll talk about that off the air.
I think we should reach out to all of your listeners,
Followers.
your followers that you have,
And vote.
and ask them to please call in and tell her to come into the dunk tank.
Maybe we should take a vote on the Pound Posse Presents Facebook page.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
and should I go in the dunk tank or should I not go in the dunk tank?
Hit the page up quickly.
You know what's good about the rally is you come down and you get to meet everybody that's there. We have a lot of, one of the biggest things that I've seen with this organization is the volunteers over the last couple of years have really stepped up and really taken that extra bounce, you want to say, to help us out. You know, a lot of them are stepping up to the rallies and to the benefits that we were going to, staying extra hours, extra days, helping out,
Yeah,
bringing
you
their
guys
shine.
always have great manpower.
Yes.
Any of the events that I've ever been to, you guys are focused, but you still have fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have everything set up. You set it up. You knock it down. You do take care of business in between.
Yep.
You know, it's a great show of teamwork.
Yeah, it's actually best way to describe us is a big family.
Yeah.
You know, I know that at any moment, if any of us need help, one of us would definitely come and help out. So it's just the way we are. Once you become a member, it's like joining another family.
And you don't actually have to be a member to be a volunteer, do you?
No, you know, you can just be a volunteer if you want. You can be a member. You can be a non-riding member.
Yeah, you don't have to have a bike. That's the great
Yeah.
thing about this organization.
Yeah, so you know you can join a very great group of people with a very focused and direct mission,
Yep.
and you don't have to
True.
be a biker. You don't have to have a bike. You don't have to even join. You can volunteer,
Yeah, absolutely.
and certainly all the events. You guys are doing something all the time now.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up, so
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
And
so
we've done an awful lot already this season
Yeah.
as well.
you have. You really have.
We do.
You've done the Main Street thing in Torrington, and I mean, every time I look at an event, you know, Bikers Against Animal Cruelty is there. We're going to be at an event together, I believe, on September 3rd.
Yes,
Bow
Bow
Wow
Wow
Bark in the Park.
Yep. Yeah, that's another good one. That was an awesome one last year. It'll be a good one this year.
And I hadn't been to that last year,
Yeah.
but I will be there this year, and I'm actually slated to be one of the judges for some of the events.
Oh, cool.
And there's a guest judge.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Who?
Juno.
Nice.
I didn't say that out loud. Shh, nobody heard that.
I know I didn't.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Want me to tell you?
No.
Okay.
Is he for real? So is there still time if somebody wants to have a table or get involved,
Yeah, absolutely.
sign up, join, whatever, they can reach out still?
Yes, you can reach out to our event person. Her name is Lynn, and her email address is baacevents16@gmail.com, and she'll be happy to help you out from there.
Yeah, I mean, I know I had reached out on behalf of like somebody who was interested, and she right away got me, you know,
Yeah,
the application.
She'll
and-
answer you quick.
Yep. So if there's anybody who still wants to be a part of it as a vendor or a rescue or whatever it is you got going on, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, you can. We even take people right up until that morning.
Okay.
If they show up, that's fine.
Okay.
It's going to be, you know, first come, first serve for all the booths and whatnot. But well, the place is big enough that we can.
Yeah, I
accommodate
was just
everybody.
going to say the place is really big, and you can just keep rolling those
Yeah.
tables around the whole field there.
Absolutely.
And you know, start back right, meet
Yep.
yourself coming and going.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Plenty of room.
I'd like
So-
to add to that, just kind of interject that if people can't remember Lynn's email address, they can look at our Facebook page,
Yes.
and it's also up on that page as well.
Okay. And you've got your website as well, since we're
Website.
on the subject.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just go to the contact us.
And your website is?
Bikersagainstanimalcruelty.org.
Okay, so there's plenty of contact information, like, you know, like you could look them up on Facebook, you can reach out with an email, you can go to the website. There's plenty of ways to get in touch, and there's other events that, you know, you're at, and you have this great big community presence. What is it that Bikers Against Animal Cruelty does, actually?
Oh, you want to take that one, Mark?
Well, it's we help with neglected and abused animals that needs medical cares.
You guys have, I see on your website, you have the spay and neuter program.
Yes.
Yes.
That people can apply for. And you guys are, I've seen where you've helped the shelters out.
Yeah, we do anything from, like I said, our main mission is helping abused, neglected animals. And what we'll do is we'll discuss as a group, and then we'll contact the rescue and the vet that's taking care of it, and we'll help make arrangements that way. With doing that, we also helped out a couple of the like town shelters by, you know, like kind of like helping with make their sign over, kind of making it look a little neat, you know, maybe planting some flowers.
Yeah, like
Little-
beautification projects.
Yeah, a little beautification stuff like that.
We give we help out with the food. We try to give shelters stuff to clean the cages and stuff like that. And then
We have a rescue in Torrington that started up recently. It's an equine rescue, and they're going to be reaching out to us very soon to help them assist putting up signage and what they call it, broken fence.
Yeah, like mending fences.
fences. And even in some occasions, they're going to help us or ask us to help them put up stockade fencing inside of the stalls.
You know, one of the biggest things that I've gotten to like about this organization is we actually got to meet one of the animals that we helped out, and that was awesome when we got to meet the dog.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So
That's gotta be
I
a
mean,
good
we do a lot
feeling.
of work, we do a lot, but when all it takes is one case, and it's like you know why you're here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
there's
know.
definitely nothing better than that.
Yeah,
Uh,
the start to finish, where you,
Yeah.
you see the tragedy and you see the
And you know, the
What-
true blessing is when they say unconditional love, the animal, you can't beat that.
no,
You know,
really
you
can't.
take a dog that people just totally neglected and everything else, and he turns around, he's licking your face when he's all better.
Yeah.
And you can't beat that.
And a lot of them, you know, as broken as they are,
Yeah.
are wagging their tails and, you know, just so happy for the love that they're getting.
I was very fortunate. I got to meet I'm trying to figure. And I'm not gonna say what it is because I'm probably not right. But I got to meet Michael Vick's, two of Michael Vick's dogs.
Cherry Garcia.
Yes, I got to meet
Yes.
two of their dogs, and it's like, you know, you listen to the horror stories about dogs, and then you see these two dogs that come up and lick your face, and you see the wounds on the dog, and you just
Yeah.
go like,
Cherry's got those those
yeah,
marks on
you
his
look at it and say,
back
there's
that-
got to be something that people out there are just they're opening their hearts and their doors and whatever needs to be done, and that's what this group does. We do what needs to be done, and we really try to do the best we can.
Now, how do you get involved with some of the cases that you do get involved with?
The cases actually either come into us. We actually kind of go around looking at Facebook websites, and
And there's so much out there.
there's
now.
so much out
It's
there. I mean,
so disturbing.
it is really hard. I mean, we unfortunately can't help everyone, but we do our best to help as many as we can. So, like I said, if anybody knows of a case, they can again go to our website, go to contact us, and let us know, and we'll look into it and see what we can do.
Yeah, it's disturbing. You know, so what should someone do if they know of something going on or they suspect an animal being abused? What steps should somebody take to try to get that animal help?
Probably call your ACL, is that right? Or the police, and see what's going on. The best thing to do is, if you can, is probably get pictures or videos. That's the worst thing you could do to that owner, is have actual proof of neglect. You know, it's hard sometimes, but
Now, if somebody wanted to contact you, do you guys like take anonymous phone calls? I mean, what if someone contacted you and said, "Hey, look, I think this is going on," and like,
Yeah.
how would you then turn around and try to step in?
Well, what we do is we'll get it, like, we get that question all the time through the website, through the contact us, and I'll receive the email, and then I will try to get the information where they are, what they've seen. We don't want anybody out there to go and get yourself in harm's way. I mean, because some of
Yeah.
these groups that are doing this stuff to animals, they're not nice.
No.
So you want to try to get information, and we try to look into it. We'll contact the town ACO, whatever town it's in, and let them know that there's a possible case. We've actually driven by some houses to check on things. Walked up to the house, knocked on the door, and just asked if we can see the dog, or whatever it might be. And some of them are, you kind of get no and or shut in your face, and others
Yeah.
are a little, well, okay, they'll talk. We don't try to confront anybody in like a hostile manner. You always try to
Right.
be very polite and very calm, because it usually helps get you in the door, or at least get you to see the animal.
Or
So,
get away from the door in one piece.
yeah, absolutely.
Because that's kind of important too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but a lot of times we find that it's just a matter of educating somebody.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Just
was
because
thinking about
you feel
that.
it's okay
Yep.
to raise a dog one way doesn't necessarily mean it's illegal or immoral.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a lot to be said for different pet ownership types
Right.
Yeah.
versus ignorance versus actual malicious
Yeah.
intent.
see, when
That's
I was
really-
growing up, my first dog, we trained him on the choker chain. And now it's like, when you really look at it, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
But I was raised, that's how we taught the dog how to heel, sit, and everything else.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole new technique of how to do it.
Yeah. And then people, look at it as something that's cruel.
Yeah, I mean, if it's used in the right manner, it's okay. But most people don't really understand how to use it.
Right, like the prong collars too.
For example.
That's my pet peeve.
Yeah.
Prong collars. First of all, prong collars. There's so many other avenues to take before you have to get to that point.
Yeah.
You should never get there. That's
No.
just wrong. The choke collars that Mark were talking about. I went to a trainer with my first dog, and I was using a choke collar, and I wasn't using it right. And my trainer actually grabbed me by the throat and showed me what I was doing. And that to me was like, holy cow,
An eye-opener.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
totally realized what I was doing wrong to what the dog was feeling. And from that day forward, I just remember that just.
Yeah, and that was probably the best education that you
Absolutely.
could ever have had
Yep.
for doing something wrong
Yeah.
to be corrected.
That's what I try to tell owners. When I see, a couple times me and my wife have pulled over and we've got a little bit verbal at times. I can be very stressful at times. But I tell the guy, imagine this being around your neck and me pulling on you when you lead too far.
Sure.
That's the dog. That's the best way I can describe when you're using the wrong equipment. Put it around your neck and pull it and see if you like
Yeah.
it. And that's
well,
the exact same
there's
feeling.
that whole theory about where on the neck it's
Yeah.
supposed to be, and one way it's just strengthening their muscles, and the other way it's doing what it's supposed to do. So
I've seen people change at some of our events when they're educated about what to use and what not to use, and we've helped them. We've given them stuff out of our own pocket to help them out, and I see them at other events, and they're using the same leash that we gave them. So
I think one of the best mistakes in my mind is we did a pictures with Santa one year, and Les helped a lady out. That was her dog. She said, "This dog, all he does is pull. I can't stop from pulling." And Les is like, "Give me 5 minutes and I'll change it." And sure as
Yeah,
you know what,
I remember that.
Yeah.
That dog stopped pulling right then
She
and
was
there. and the lady
crying,
was like,
actually. She
"Holy-"
said that we ran into her a couple of hours later, and she said that what I had taught her in 3 minutes changed her life and the dog's life.
and that sometimes all it takes is someone's 3 minutes.
Yep.
That's it. That's all it takes.
The education, the it's the ignorance sometimes that
Yeah.
makes it bad for both the person and the animal.
I hate ignorance is a good word. Sometimes it's just lack of education and just not knowing what you're getting yourself into. And it's simple. I mean, we try to help out like we can. I mean, and that dog was awesome. The lady was grateful. That's pretty much what it's all about.
And some people don't have a malicious intent. They
No.
just really, truly don't know any
You just
better.
don't know.
Yeah,
That's
and,
correct.
and that's the other thing too. When you see something that you believe is abuse or neglect, you have to really look at what the law states. And
It's a gray area.
Yeah, myself personally would never leave my dog tied outside.
No.
But in Connecticut, it's legal to have your dog outside as long as you follow this set of
The
rules.
guidelines, yep.
So we try to at least help them out on that, and we wouldn't do it to our own dogs, but some
Yeah,
people.
some people are okay with it, and if they do it within the parameters of the law, then they're within their rights.
Absolutely.
But what are some examples, now that we're on this subject of, the gray areas, what is cruelty? What are some examples of, what would be cruel versus what is acceptable?
Well, honestly, Les will probably know those instances pretty much perfect. So I'm going to put him on the spot for that.
Well, I have to say that, as with any state statute, the state statutes can be interpreted differently. In Connecticut, we have a state statute that says it's 53-247 of the Connecticut General Statutes, and it says that, in part, that no owner or keeper shall keep a dog with less than wholesome food, water, shelter, and air. So once you remove any one of those 4 items, a person could be charged with cruelty. So if you're referring to a dog that stays in a cage where the sun is outside all day long with no water, that's a cruelty charge. So you see, a lot of folks think that cruelty is just the act of beating a dog or whipping a dog or doing something physical to it.
Yeah, causing physical harm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be something as simple as having the dog in a pen and not cleaning up after the dog appropriately. So now you're not providing wholesome air. The dog has to breathe in its own waste. So that could be a cruelty charge. So there's just a lot of variables, but obviously there's the issues of physically striking a dog. That would obviously be a cruelty charge as well. But don't forget, cruelty and neglect go hand in hand as well. So a person may keep their dog clean and free and tidy of all bugs, with nice collars and such. But what if they're not feeding it appropriately, or not feeding it the right kind of food, or not providing clean, wholesome water? So there's neglect as well. Or people that just turn their dogs completely loose. Yeah, and just let them run the neighborhood. That's also neglect. So there's a lot of variables to it, more than I could get involved in right here. But
Leaving a dog in a car.
I highly recommend people to, read the state statute, understand it. It's written for the dog's benefit. And while we're on that subject, I think that we need to stand together stronger as a community, as a state, to establish even stronger language in legislation for animal cruelty and prevention thereof. But it has to be done at the local level. People have to come out and actually put their boots to the ground and make it happen.
Yeah, people do need to get involved because nothing is going to change
That's right.
without the public's involvement.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
whether it's writing a letter, whether it's making an appearance
Sure.
at a hearing, or these court dates that are
guest speaker.
everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, and people do go to the court dates for people that are being charged with neglect or
Oh,
abuse.
yes, they do.
Yeah.
You have to remember too.
Desmond's Army.
Yes, when you
Amen.
go there, you have to be
Respectful.
respectful. That's the thing. If you go there and you're going to be loud and obnoxious, it makes it look bad, and you actually make it worse for what we're trying to improve.
Yeah, we look like the
So,
crazies.
Yes.
Right.
So you just
And-
gotta have to just sit there and just
Yeah.
take it all in.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to dress to the nines. You
Nope.
can just dress respectfully. No cleavage, no midriff, no, you're not going to the bar.
Right.
Absolutely.
You need to sit there, put your phones away,
Yep.
pay
Listen.
attention, give the judge the respect that he deserves for, his position on the bench.
Absolutely.
Be mindful of the people around you. Just be respectful and realize that you're representing.
Yes.
You're representing the good guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't look like a bad guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody want to add anything to that?
I just want to say about the cruelty is that we were talking a moment ago with Mark about what to do if you suspect cruelty. Key thing here is you just have to suspect it. You don't have to prove it. There's a lot of folks that don't want to get involved because they don't want to have a neighbor dispute. And if that's the case, contact us. Let us know.
That's a big problem
We'll
for
be
people.
happy to make the contacts for you.
Yeah.
So in that case, do you take anonymous phone
Yeah.
calls?
Yeah. Well, we don't take phone calls.
Or
like having
an
emails.
anonymous, all right.
Emails.
Yeah.
As well as anonymous then as an email can be.
Yeah, you don't have to be, like I said, I'm not going to share the information that you're sending me because I'm here for the animal, or we're all here for the animal. And if that's the case, I mean, just put it in, I don't want to be involved, but here's the,
Right.
that's
Right.
fine. And I
And
won't share it around at
And
all.
we'll be happy to share that information and get out whatever we can
Yep.
to help the animal.
so there's definitely, somebody doesn't have to fester on not wanting to have that personal involvement.
Yeah, right.
They don't have to worry about, the repercussions from maybe the crazy neighbor.
Yeah.
They can just email you and specify that they don't want to be
Yeah,
involved.
absolutely. And I'm the one that's going to answer the emails, so I will get it, and I will get you an answer. Usually I try to get it done as quick as I get them. Sometimes it might be a day or two, but I always try to answer it back, so do the
Okay.
best I can.
So there's another event in addition to the rally that you guys are going to be at next weekend.
Yes.
If somebody wants to come out and meet you guys before the rally, although don't not go to the rally, exactly. It's the Dream Ride,
Yes.
and that's at the Farmington Polo Grounds from 8 to 4. That benefits the Special Olympics.
Yes.
Right.
And you guys are going to have a booth there?
Yeah, they
or?
a few years back they started letting rescues come in and showcase their animals. So we got involved this year that we were going to be able to have our setup in the, I think it's kind of like a separate tent where all the animals and stuff will be. We'll be over there.
Well, that's where you belong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
A bunch of animals who
We
belong.
want to be.
That's exactly where you belong.
Yeah.
So, Zach, let's get the poster up one more time. Just as a reminder, it's September 10th from 1 to 6 at P&A Park in Wallingford. Not very hard to get to. I got there.
Yeah, it's very simple. North Plains Road runs parallel with Route 5. So if you know Route 5 at all and you find the McDonald's, there's a little side street. Take that turn and you'll run right into the park.
Yeah, it
So,
was
very simple.
Very easy. And as a matter of fact, I was going down the road and I was like, where is this place? Oh, there is.
Yep.
So it was very, very simple to get
Yeah,
to and
it's-
not
it's
far
very-
away from wherever you are. I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty centrally located.
Yeah, that's what we kind of figured out with doing a couple different locations. It's kind of center of the state, so it kind of helps bring everybody in.
Yeah, you know, so everybody's got pretty much an equal distance.
It's a really
so-
nice facility too. That's the key thing.
It's
Yeah.
nice. Come down, you know.
We'll take the camera back, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome. I love that kid.
I think one of the pluses of this facility too is that people seem to like the indoor bathrooms. Just saying.
Well, yeah, you know, we won't even discuss that.
Just come down and meet a bunch of nice people that care.
That's actually what you're going to do. I mean, we're just we might be bikers per se, but we're definitely really
I'll be
friendly.
at the front gate greeting everybody, so you'll see me with a hat.
All right, so come on down September 10th, and I have no idea what Speedo is signing to me. Just speak up.
Tell everybody to stay tuned.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so we did this once before,
Yep.
and these wonderful Bikers Against Animal Cruelty type people are going to hang out and going to do the Speedo 316 show at 8 o'clock. So we're going to have a half an hour in between, and then we will be back. And so how much time do we have left, would you say? About a minute? All right, anybody want to add anything?
No, thanks for having us on again.
Yes.
Well,
We really
it's
appreciate
my
that.
pleasure. I love you guys. Stand behind you 1,000%. Do anything I can
we
in
appreciate that a lot.
whatever capacity that I might be able to do something for you in. I would do.
Really?
And
You do anything?
within
Dunk
my
tank.
capacity.
Dunk tank.
Here
Dunk
we
tank.
go. Pound Posse presents, folks. Look it up on Facebook. How many people have to be in on it?
I'd be
4.
happy with one.
You're not fair. Well, I
We'll
mean,
see.
if we're gonna say one, that would be, you know.
I won't count.
I said 4. I was counting us right here.
Yeah,
So
I
you're already
know, right?
counting. You know what? Just come down. You want to enjoy a day, listen to some music, have some good food. Come on down.
Come on
Meet
down
some people,
and see
get
if I
educated
in the dunk
on
tank.
some
There you
stuff,
go.
and enjoy the day.
Take your bets and come on down and see
And
if I
dunk
do
a
the
back
dunk
member.
tank. All right, we're gonna say goodnight, folks. You know how we do it. Peace, love, and dogs. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Good night.
Bye.